Cheers and enjoy the show. Welcome to The Bar's Open with Beth and Greg. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bar's Open Friday night edition.
Coming on a little late.
That's Castro. I'm Lamontagne. I don't know why I said it that way, but whatever. Hope you guys are having a good night.
Oh, I forgot to change my glasses. Oh, well.
It's Friday. It's okay. It's been a long week. It's the holidays.
Agree. Hello, my friends.
It's the holidays.
It's official.
It really is official after
December 1st.
Well,
Why
technically.
did we buy him? Because he looked like my ex-husband? Is that why we bought him?
No, I bought him because I thought he was creepy as fuck.
Creepy as fuck, but he does remind me of my ex-husband.
When you bust out the what's up, Ian and Wilgree? When you bust out the what is he called?
An elf?
An elf.
He's not an elf on a shelf. He's just an elf. I think he's the knockoff.
We're gonna call him Cocaine Elf.
Because he's white?
Season. Yeah. His pantalone is falling down on the side. We gotta get him fixed. Okay, cheers, you guys. Cheers, honey. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Cheers.
There you go.
Is that what you were talking about? It needed to be pulled down? It's probably
He was showing a little thigh there for a minute.
It looks like he's holding on.
I know. We can wrap him around. There you go.
Except he's not facing the right way.
We'll turn his head.
His head doesn't turn. I just
It
tried.
turns. No, it does. I bent his head the other way. He's all metal.
He's fine. Fa la 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 la. Fa ra 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 ra.
Rah, rah, rah,
Name the
rah.
movie.
Christmas Story.
Thank you. I
God
was
damn
really
it.
worried about you.
Come on.
So they already played the Christmas Story like the day after Thanksgiving, and I thought, blasphemers. You don't play that movie until Christmas Day or 24 hours starting at midnight.
Is it Christmas Day? I thought it was
TNT.
Thanksgiving.
No,
No, it is
Christmas.
Christmas Day. That's what it was. What's up, Julia? That's what it was because Angela has never seen it.
Wait, what? I can't be friends with her anymore.
She got cut out.
Yeah, she hasn't seen Christmas Story.
She's out of the friend group. Sorry,
the best
Angela, you're out of
Christmas
friend group.
Movie.
You'll be on here.
I mean, I know some people will say It's a Wonderful Life is the best Christmas story or movie. I've never seen it. Miracle on 47th Street?
54th Street.
I don't know. No, 54th Street's the restaurant.
Oh.
The Miracle
I don't know.
The Miracle on Some Street is supposed to also be very moving. Never seen it. Does it make you cry? Because if it does, I don't watch it.
It'll make me cry. Probably would make me cry.
Christmas Story
definitely
does not.
Pretty simple shit.
Does not make you cry.
It's all good though.
Rah, rah, rah. Now all day, all night, I'm gonna be like, rah, 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 rah.
Fuck. You know, we're losing people left and right.
Yeah. Well,
Old people are dying.
Harry Kissinger was 100 years old.
Don't care.
He is he hit my goal.
You want to be 100 still? You're still on that?
Yeah. If I don't die on Tuesday, totally.
She's not going to die on Tuesday. She's got to go ahead and get a colonoscopy.
I got to go under and I'm freaking out about it.
A woman's colonoscopy and make sure your butt's okay. But I think women get to go like long time.
No, you still go like 5 years.
Do you?
You're due as well.
The guys go like
no, everybody goes the same amount of time. It depends on what they find when they go in there.
Get your butt checked.
Depends on your family history and what they find.
Colorectal cancer.
When they go digging up in there.
Super easy.
If you catch it in time. Yeah.
Sandra Day O'Connor died today.
I know. Do you know how old she was?
93.
97, I thought I saw.
93.
Oh, I thought I saw 97.
So we're going to do a little
69th. Thank you, Nico.
69th Street.
No, that's not true either. That's just his favorite number.
Well,
I said thank you, and then I went, wait, hold on. Who gave me that reference?
Sandra Day O'Connor, the first female justice on the Supreme Court, has died.
Oh, Elf. Julia likes Elf. I do like Elf too.
Justice O'Connor passed away Friday morning in Phoenix. Remember Sandra Day O'Connor? We've got a Sandra Day O'Connor High School right across the street.
We had one over. No, it's just O'Connor High School.
I think isn't it named after?
I just think it's O'Connor High School, but I don't know. Maybe.
But we have a Sandra Day O'Connor High School in Phoenix right down the road from our house.
Yeah.
The court announced her death in a statement, said she died of complications related to advanced dementia, probably Alzheimer's, and respiratory illness. So real quick background. 1981, she was...
1980 what?
I'm sorry. O'Connor made history in 1981 when she was
81.
appointed to the High Court by President Ronald Reagan. She was considered a moderate conservative
He was a good president.
and often made the difference on the 9-person court. The Stanford Law grad tackled the biggest social issues in the country,
DJ,
including...
don't ask. He's already threatening to do that.
It's coming.
Purely for science, I swear.
Yeah, it's just science.
No, it's not.
Science Greg will be live actioning. We'll probably do some sort of live stream for like a few minutes. You know, like when kids get their wisdom teeth out?
Yeah, all I'm going to do is flip you off. I'm not stupid.
No, you don't know what you're going to do. That's going to be the fun part. Because
You weren't that high when you did it.
I had to fart and I was like, I can't do it.
No,
There's
you
the
said it,
women
my
in the
wife will
room.
kill me if I fart in public.
Exactly,
And I
that's
was
what I'm saying.
I said, this is the one occasion or the one exception. Please fart so we can leave.
Yeah.
So far, everybody says their doctors have not made them do that before they leave. So I just think it was the Phoenix doctor that did that. So hopefully I won't have to fart before we leave.
So Sandra Day O'Connor, she voted in 2000 to stop
Lloyd.
the recount in Florida race between Al Gore and George Bush. Her vote was part of the majority that secured Bush's election. After leaving the court in 2006, she bemoaned how it had swung to the right, undoing some of her decisions in her 24-year tenure. She was there for 24 because once you're there, it's a lifelong.
Yeah. Well,
position.
obviously not lifelong because she just died and she wasn't still.
Well,
a judge,
until
was
you
she?
retire, but you decide when you're going to retire.
Yeah.
She met challenges with undaunted determination, indisputable ability, and engaging candor, they said. 5 women have followed O'Connor. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's old
RBG.
Yet.
Wait, RBG, yeah.
Sonia Sotomayor, Alina Kagan, Amy Coney Barrett, and Ketanji Brown Jackson.
She paved the way.
Hey, it's kind of it really did, regardless of your position or your thoughts on where she was. It's kind of one of those things, right? You go, fuck. It is what it is.
DJ said, and yes, you'll fart a lot, like a chainsaw. Yay! I mean, I'm just so excited.
You really don't. I don't remember because you're stoned all day.
All I know is I'm going to want McDonald's.
And I got to go to the office, so I'm going to take the morning off. And then I got to go to the office after that because we have a big...
You're just going to pick me up McDonald's, set me up with my Kindle and some pillows on the couch.
You're going to sleep the
with
whole
the TV. And
yep, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be.
You get a day off to go get stoned.
I'm using PTO to get my butt checked.
But
to
on
get my colon
medical
checked.
grade shit.
I don't know.
Think about that.
I hope I don't get sick.
You don't get sick. No, it's not you don't get sick. You're just fucking stoned. Like all day.
No, you're not. So I think I'm going to cancel. So you guys, I have a 3:30 haircut appointment or 3 o'clock haircut appointment.
You think you're going to cancel that?
I think I'm going to cancel it.
Yeah, probably good idea because you're not driving.
No.
I think you're legally drunk like for 24 hours.
No, not that long.
It's pretty goddamn close.
I don't believe you.
When was the last time you had to go under? Have you ever had to go under for anything?
Yeah. When I got my hand surgery and I got
When
sick.
was that? When you were a little kid?
I was young. Yeah. Other than that.
Have any of you guys ever had to have
Anesthesia?
surgery, like go under anesthesia, like where you're knocked the fuck
I wonder
out?
if it's like real anesthesia or like the medical margarita anesthesia where it just puts you to sleep. So you're not like breathing it in. They're giving you.
Oh, no, you breathe it.
Oh,
fuck, what did I do? Dude, once you go, man.
I do too, dry.
Have I ever told this story?
What?
Live on air? I told Pete.
What?
Last
Can't answer you until you tell
2
me.
colonoscopies I've had.
Yes. You're about to get your third. You have to schedule your third.
I was violated on my second one.
Oh, because you weren't quite out yet when they flipped you over and started. You were out enough.
No, it's never going to go away for the rest of my life. I'll always remember this one thing happening.
The one finger?
The guy, you hear on the finger and then the rub across.
Why do you get so gassy is what I want to know.
Because they fill you up there.
Oh, why?
They inflate your insides. I don't give a shit about that. I was not out is what I'm getting at. And I felt a finger worth of lube go across my butthole. I'm fairly certain that I was assaulted. Is that voluntarily? I don't know the answer to that. It wasn't. I was voluntarily there, but I was involuntarily not asleep. Right.
So Nico said for colonoscopy, you do Twilight, which isn't as heavy.
Dude, it's fucked up.
And then Wilkery has had surgery on his hand and his knee this year. Not related, unrelated incidences. But this was
Use words?
Yep. But that was his second knee surgery. And DJ said, my ex slept and farted nonstop for about 5 hours after the probe. It was hilarious.
What they do is they put the thing.
I don't want to know.
They have to inflate your insides
so the camera can go in,
so that they can see everything. It opens everything out, and that's why you gotta fart.
And then I was thinking, why do people want to be butt doctors?
How do you go into like, I'm gonna be a
there's a name for them. I don't know what you call them. DJ will probably tell me what they call them.
oncologist?
No, oncologist is cancer.
Oncologist.
Oncologist is cancer.
Buttcologist. Prophylacticologist.
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that.
Neither.
It was
Julia said, Greg. Thank you, Julia.
DJ said, that wasn't the doctor, that was the janitor. Fuck. God damn it.
You get air inside your cavity.
I did get a note from the doctor that said you have a clean sweep. But
was that supposed to be funny?
The janitor joke.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was
if you have to explain it, it's not funny. Sorry.
Everybody else got it.
No.
I think that was a you thing.
Well, proctologist. Thank you. I told you DJ would know it.
There's something.
But how do you decide proctology and gynecology? That's what you want to do. I'm going to look at buttholes and vaginas my whole life, every day,
I haven't
all day.
seen my butthole.
I have. Mine's cute. I'm kidding.
You looked at your own butthole?
You've never looked at your own butthole?
No, I can't get to the position where I need to look at my butthole.
I have to shave it when I go to get laser, so I have to get up in there and look at my butthole.
I've never looked at my own butthole.
Well, you don't get lasered, so.
So I don't know. I mean, there's no hemorrhoids hanging out.
If your ass is sore afterwards, ask questions.
Dude, yeah.
Hey, Alex, welcome.
What's up, guys?
And Julia said, I like that we jumped all in.
So what I was thinking about this, now that you said that, like gynecologist, okay, we're going to get to that one here in a minute.
Okay.
But proctologist, generally, okay, if you're like in and out.
A lot of them,
if it's market, like you're just doing.
It's just one after the other.
Yeah, you're just doing that. You're just like, boom, boom, scoping people.
Or you call it something?
Yeah, right. Conveyor belt.
That's not, no, but I'm thinking something line.
A lunch line?
No.
People are just eating ass.
Train? That's not a train.
You're running trains on people.
Anyways.
But
it's what they do.
If you're like a oncologist that has to deal with.
A proctologist?
Or a proctologist, rather. That has to deal with like bad buttholes.
Well, I'm sure they do. What is it?
Lasers?
No, when you get not a hernia, but on your butthole.
They clipped a couple. I had some polyps, which was good to find like years ago.
Poop too hard and you pop.
Hemorrhoid.
Yeah, they do hemorrhoid surgery, I'm sure.
I don't know. Do they right then?
I don't think right then, but they.
That's what I'm saying.
Usually only have to have hemorrhoid surgery.
You want to be the guys in charge of that? Like clip that thing off and burn it.
I don't know what they do. Do they stitch you back up in it? I don't know.
No idea. But the other side of it is.
Knocking on wood that I never have to know.
Good vagina.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have everything else.
Absolutely.
Then you have everything else, right? It's not.
Well, I think all
there's only good vagina, and then there's everything else.
I think most vaginas are good. It's certain people that you have to like. Dude,
like who goes into that field of medicine?
You don't get to pick good vagina, bad vagina. You're just a gynecologist or obstetrician,
right? New
obstetricians see vaginas get tore up.
Do gynecologists get excited when they get like a really spicy case?
Well, I'm sure it's like a medical challenge.
Like, do you want that? Or do you just want to like? Do you just want that fucking revolving door of like healthy butts or healthy?
Oh, awesome band name,
right?
I mean,
I think I'd want to just stick. I'd be like, I'm gonna refer you to my buddy over here. He handles the gnarly ones.
He's a specialist.
But there's probably like a term you're going to use for gnarly ones. It's not going to be called gnarly ones. Like you've got a gnarly one.
Or unique.
You've got a very unique case. It's called the clap.
Ew, no, they
is that a thing anymore? I don't even know.
What is the clap? It's a sex, but what is it?
Probably itches.
Sex disease?
It's probably really itchy.
That's crabs.
I'm sure the clap itches too.
I don't know. I've only heard like movies where they have what was the movie where they all caught crabs? Like,
I know.
it was an 80s movie. Anyways.
I don't know. But I don't know how do you get into that fucking whole realm of it. Like, I understand, like, you want to be a baby doctor, wanted to do, like, hey, I'm going to be an emergency room physician.
Julia, so that happens in both Texas and Phoenix.
What's that?
Because there's a bunch of states that allow doctors to bring students in the room
Chlamydia is
when
what
you're
Nick
under
was saying.
and do pelvic exams with your knowledge. So they always have like, I've had some, they're like, do you mind Dr. So-and-so is shadowing me this month? And I'm like, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Or maybe yours was the first one, and not
my
you.
vagina
I'm
is
not
beautiful,
saying
thank you.
but maybe that person is the first one, and you are the one that you're passing off.
I think you have to. There's rotations that you have to do.
No, I know. I've had buddies who were going through residencies and stuff like that.
You do not.
Back in, yeah, I did. I said,
Oh, okay.
right, and they worked at the grocery store during the day, and then they do their residencies at night, like PAs and stuff like that.
Nico said the clap is gonorrhea.
Yep.
Is that still around?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely all over Austin. Probably downtown San Antonio.
Nico said they had to give me 4.5 times the amount of drugs because I was punching and kicking them. I had the same experience Greg had. They started early.
Dude, I was like, all I felt was this Indian dude's finger go across my butthole.
Mine too.
I'm like, why? You know how much money those motherfuckers probably make?
What do you do for a living? Buttholes, and I'm a
They
billionaire.
get educated over in India for like $7, right? Get a little piece of paper that says, I can do this.
That says I'm a medical doctor. I don't think that happens for $7.
But like 700,000 rupees, but $7 here, right? I mean, it's all about the exchange rate, stuff like that, right? But it's same thing. I mean, it's like it'd be $100 here, whatever. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either. I guess
Science
we'll find
Greg.
out when I get my statement.
What do you know your doctor's name?
I can tell you it's on my. I get a text.
We're not fucking stereotyping, but
No, he's Indian.
what the fuck? That's 2 for 2. I've only had 2 I've had 2. Both of them are Indians. What is going on with this? Why have they cornered the fucking proctological
No. Let's see.
market?
Where is it?
Why is that a thing? Fuck being a guy now. I've seen a few that made the entire floor smell. Okay, I got to repeat that.
Wait, what?
Okay, hang on. I'm not going to name it. Well, okay, fucking DJ said this. Fuck being a gyno. I've seen a few that made the entire floor smell like a hot aquarium.
Yeah. No.
Huh?
Ugh.
Like a turtle fucking estuary. It's just like
so stinky.
burned up,
Let's see.
melted lettuce.
Oh, his name is
Just last name.
Sajnet. Sajneet. Sajneet.
Sajneet.
Oh, that's his first name. Holy tripe. Kangura. That's way easier than the names I have to say at the office.
Yeah.
So Sanjeet Kangura.
Well, everybody give prayers to Sanjia
Chajnet.
Charging net.
Sajnet Kangura.
This is going to be bad.
What?
She's going to wake up and be like, oh, how are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Bobby rah 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 rah. He's gonna look at me and be like, wrong race, bitch.
I hope you do that. And I'm just gonna laugh and be like, fart, bitch.
You better not film me. If I have to fart, you better not film that.
So I'm gonna be like, so we can get out of here.
Do not film anything that violates my
HIPAA laws.
No, that
Your HIPAA
violates
rules?
my
Dignity.
what is it when you're verklempt, but it's not for like that fuck it.
Violates
Just
you.
Don't film anything that violates me, period. How about that? Let's not put parameters on it. Let's just leave it really fucking broad.
All right, so we'll just record everything and then you can go through and edit.
Okay.
Is that good?
Delete.
I'm gonna bring the
I
big
edited, babe.
camera.
What happened? It's done. I edited.
Bring the vaginarium, a terrarium. Yes, basically same thing. Vaginarium. Good Lord.
We're sick people.
Well, I mean,
You got to have fun
it's
with it.
life.
I mean, I'm going to be pooping my brains out Monday night.
It's part of it. That is
I don't
part
have
of
to
it.
drink as much as you did the first time, but I still have to drink more than I want. So I have to drink 1 16-ounce, I think, thing on Monday night. I have to drink it over a
That
30
thing
minute
probably
period.
makes you
To drink that over a 30-minute period,
explode.
and then I have to drink another certain amount, 16 ounce of water over 30 minutes.
When does the housekeeper come?
Oh, Monday before it happens.
I should probably reschedule that to Wednesday.
No, you just get to clean the toilet yourself.
I'm not cleaning shit.
Neither am I,
Come
because it'll
upstairs.
just give me flashbacks. If I ruin a toilet and I have to clean it, I'm just gonna have.
We're burning that toilet. We're buying a new fucking toilet.
I don't think it'll be that
You think it's
bad.
gonna be that bad?
No, yours wasn't that bad.
So remember how you said you've had some tummy. Beth's had some tummy aches for a while, which is really what's impetus for this, right?
Yeah.
If you got some tummy aches going on, like go get checked out, right? But I'm like, what if you're backed up a little bit? You're not going to.
What if I lose like 8 pounds? That'll be fantastic.
You theoretically could.
I'd be like, these pants fit the next day.
They're just falling off you.
That would be fantastic. Then I need to do another one before the cruise then.
Thank you, DJ. We appreciate your adding the sophistication and quote unquote class, as Wilkery said. I love our fucking Friday conversations. So I was thinking about this. At work, and then you guys are probably all going through this, except for you, DJ, because you're fucking retired and all you do is sit on your couch.
So jealous.
Play with your dogs.
He does more than that. He educates the world.
On butt stuff.
No, on his articles where he like.
Oh, yeah. In your
He's a brainiac.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm giving more time.
He probably makes more money doing that than he did actually working.
No, he's retired. Well, no, he's still got his fucking Air Force retirement too, so he's rich.
He's rich.
Oh, you rich?
Do you need a wife?
Yeah, you rich?
You need a wife?
Fuck out.
I'll give you Greg.
I did see this thing where it was like, there's a video out there, and you guys probably seen it, right? Where it's like this dude's like looking for another dude to move in. He's like, "We'll get married." He goes,
"Is it basically the movie with the guy from King of Queens or King of Queens?"
But it was for a different reason.
And Adam Sandler.
It wasn't because they were trying to. Yeah, they weren't trying to get like insurance. This was literally to get the tax write-offs and everything. It's like, hey man, you move in with me, we get married, you have your own master. Well, if you want a bigger bedroom, we build an actual. You and I will build another fucking wing of the house. We'll just fucking add on. He goes, you want to ride motorcycles? You can ride one of mine. You want to buy a boat? We'll buy it. Go. No, but he's like, the reason being is we don't have to deal with women stealing all of our shit when they decide to leave, right? Because that's ultimately what happens. You steal half of our shit.
I'd say there's some guys who steal half his shit too.
Right. So he was basically to the point where guys don't steal. No, guys give up shit.
No, you give up shit.
No, most guys.
Because you're an idiot. But if your wife is loaded, you take. Britney Spears, for example.
Britney Spears is, no, she's not.
He took $10 million and he was only married to her for like 5 minutes.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he took.
She had a prenup.
I know, but he took. You said men don't take. I'm calling bullshit on that.
That's bullshit because that's not an average. That's not a normal situation.
If a guy marries a sugar mama, let's say she only makes $100,000. How about just
marrying an average bitch that makes $25 a day?
Well, then neither of you are getting much because you're both poor.
But what if I make $100,000 a year and you make $50,000?
Make better choices.
So nonetheless, I probably tried to make a better choice and tried to upscale you, and you failed because you were a shitty person.
You're using it to pretend, right?
No, nonetheless, I could be a shitty person too. The other, what I'm getting at is this.
It's stupid. Nope. Did anybody say yes?
Yeah. Just purely from the tax break from being married.
First of all, they have to live in a state where they can get married.
Right. Okay. Most states you can get married. Is it you just pretend to be gay? That's all you need to do and be like, I want to get married.
Do all states recognize same-sex marriage?
Probably not Alabama
or Texas.
But like Texas does.
Texas does?
I think it's in a federal law. I think Trump put that shit in.
I have no idea.
Anyway, but the idea is this.
Because
I don't need to be gay to be married to somebody else just to get all the fucking tax breaks. That's all I want. I want all the tax breaks. We don't get any
tax breaks, bitch. What are you talking about?
But if you have kids from prior wives, you still get a 50-50 tax break.
Make better choices. I'm kidding, by the way.
What do you guys think?
I would not marry another girl just for the tax break.
They're like, you want to go drink a beer? Let's go to the bar. Let's drink a beer. There's no decision. You want pizza? We're going to get fucking pizza. You want...
Can you bring girls home?
Yeah, 100%.
How do you explain that to them? This is my husband.
Who do I have to explain that to anybody?
The girl you're bringing home.
Nobody needs to know.
Because if she did a background check, she's going to know you're married.
I'm not looking to fucking remarry anyway. Once you die, I don't give a shit if you died tomorrow. or in 20 years, I'm not getting married again. Period.
You don't
I'm
know how
not-
not to. You'll find somebody.
Bullshit.
You're a
I'm
monogamous
not
serial person.
a serial monogamous.
Thank you.
I am not getting married again. You're my one and only.
I call-
Literally, you're my one and only marriage.
call
That's it.
bullshit.
Done. You've done 2. First one was
Make
long,
believe.
good try.
First one was make
It was
believe.
11 years of make believe. Yeah, I don't believe that. We have other friends that have been married like 3 or 4 or 5 times. They're still trying. I already
No,
know.
they're not getting married anymore. Well,
You guys
my
out there,
bestie's not getting married anymore.
are you put this in the comments as well if you think something.
Oh, DJ says he's written a while, never made a.
How many times
Aw.
are you gonna try and get married?
Yes, you do,
to
DJ. You write
find
great
the
stuff.
right person before you realize that
I don't. That's what. Well, Greg. That's what Greg said too. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't follow law. I just know when I break it. Oh fuck! We have to get
Yeah,
some prep.
but-
We can't forget. I only have
I've already
25
talked to you
miles
about that.
empty.
Like, I know about your car. It's okay.
I just remembered. I didn't even remember.
It's okay. Just a car.
I don't know why that made me remember that my car needs gas.
That
but
you're
it
gay.
did.
That the gays have legally, federally. Yeah, they're allowed.
I said I don't. I know what it was. It was a domino effect. I
Who-
said I don't
Do you
follow the
know
laws
which-
unless
do
I
you
break
remember
them.
which
and that's
president
usually
passed
stealing.
that law?
You just said Trump.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? Oh man, he's the most socially racist, socially bigoted dude ever. Get fucked. Anyway, I'm just saying that if dudes wanted to fucking revolt and be like, "Fuck you,
Or
bitches,"
girls want to fucking revolt and say fuck dudes.
okay, go for it.
If the opposite sex wants to revolt, let them. I don't care.
But I'm not getting married again. Would you get married again?
No, but I've had 2.
Oh, is that your limit?
Yes.
You're like 2's it,
2 and out,
2 and done,
and I'm just gonna
2 and out. What are you gonna do after?
Tinder.
It's fair.
Our
if you're
time.
Grinder.
I'm older. Our
Grinders for
time.
gay guys. You probably find some of the dudes I'm talking about on that.
Grinders for gay guys.
I think so.
I didn't know that.
It sounds right.
No, grinder. Anyways, I wouldn't get married again. I might date somebody seriously, but I wouldn't get married again.
You lose all. Would you lose anything? I don't
Nope.
think you'd lose anything if you got married.
I'd get lower taxes, actually.
Hmm.
Actually, you know what? No, because we get lower taxes, but we withhold at a higher rate because we have to pay
we'd
taxes.
have no kids.
Yeah.
Do not give any of my guns away to anybody.
I'm not giving any guns away. Here, those are mine. Get your own fucking guns.
Goddamn right. Have Ian and Travis bring you to the range.
No, I
Yeah.
can go by myself. I won't, but I could. Listen, I'm a pretty good
Hi,
shot.
Reed.
Hi.
Hi.
So
this
okay.
is why getting into this.
Oh, the light is going off of the bars is open thing, and
weird.
I can see the green thing.
Oh.
And it made me
So
think
what
of my escape room
really
today.
kicked a lot of this off. This whole conversation is why time flies faster with age.
That went total south from this conversation,
did.
just so you know.
Right. So I was thinking at work, like everything's going
Guns are
faster and
bad.
faster and faster. Right. And you guys,
Mhm.
and you think about it this way, right?
They're bad if you don't have
The
any.
older you get, the faster it goes.
Well, don't try to drink and talk at the same time. That's a lesson.
Right. It's a true story. Reed can absolutely associate with this.
Okay,
He's
quiet, because I'm pretty sure Reed
he's
and
right at
I
my age.
are. I'm older than him, so
I'm
cállate.
saying he's right at my age.
Yeah, but you said he could probably relate to this.
Just like I can.
There's an older person in the room, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, we're trying to be. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend your frailty and your elderly
You
age.
just ageismed.
Don't care.
Kidding. I don't care either.
So this is off of WebMD, April 18th, 2023 story. Time can feel like a roll of toilet paper.
Fuck yeah.
And I thought that, and that's why I was
That
like, I'm
is,
going
like,
with this article.
Perfect.
It unrolls faster and faster the closer you get to the end. And this is a fucking thing that happens. And Julia, hang on for the ride because you're going to watch your kid.
She's really young, right?
Just like all of our friends have watched their kids go from like
0 to 15.
0 to 15 to 18.
Or 0 to 16 when they don't even need you anymore because now they can drive.
Yeah. And you're like, holy fuck, right?
Age racist.
Psychologists
yes,
and social
ageism.
scientists know this, that time goes faster as we age, but why? It's not just an academic inquiry. Our time perception has a real effect on our mental health. The feeling of time going faster is linked to anxiety, while slowing time down through mindfulness, for example, can help us feel less stressed
That's why
and
they say
more
people
relaxed.
should meditate.
Yeah.
We really
Topic has
should.
drawn particular attention lately thanks to the pandemic, which just happened, right? Fucking 3 years went by. Dude, think about it. Like 3 years, 2.5 years.
It's gonna be 2024 in 30 days.
And it was just 2020 and we were in Breckenridge skiing, right? And you're like, get fucked. When many people more than 80%, the topic has drawn particular attention lately thanks to the pandemic, when many people, more than 80%, according to a recent UK survey, felt time moved differently during the lockdown because you were stuck at home.
Yeah, it didn't. It just, you got older. That's
Yeah.
all.
But scientists are still unraveling the mysteries of time perception. Some say it's related to how long we have lived. A 5-year-old feels a year is long because it makes up 20% of their life. Others point to the changes in the brain. So if you feel like 5 years is 20% of my life, that doesn't feel like anything. But 45 or say 65 is 80% of my life. Then you only have 15
on average. That's,
on average. But then you only have 15
You're
or
hearing
20%
Kissinger, it wasn't that.
left.
Because he was 100.
Well, he's a average age is like 77 right now or something like that in the
100.
United States. So you go, holy shit.
Yeah.
Right? I already said that.
Yeah.
A 2019 paper suggests our ability to process visual information slows with age as well. We perceive fewer mental images and time feels like it's speeding up.
Wait, what?
So
we make less mental images?
We
process?
capture more, like, think about it this way. So this is kind of one of the things.
That's why brain games are important.
You have more memories from when you were younger than you do from like your middle age.
I see, and I disagree.
Because I
don't remember anything from when I was a kid, unfortunately.
So, but you have, I would say you have more core memories. Like
I remember,
big, impactful things.
20 to 30 a lot.
Okay, so maybe that was your core memory building stage, right? But as you're a kid, you still remember swinging at the pool. You remember like at the pool right over
When you
there.
mention it, yes.
Those sorts of things, right?
Breaking my finger. Yeah.
But the memories space out over time, right? As you get older. So when you're a kid, you have all these first time events. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like you're going through and you're like, first time camping, first time going to the rank, first time shooting
kissing a boy.
First time kissing. You're doing all these firsts.
Right.
Seconds and thirds and fourths, they wane off. Like you don't remember.
I don't know. I remember my third time having sex better than my first time because first time was horrible.
But you still remember the horrible one.
Vaguely.
Nah, you
I
still
remember
do.
the good one. Mm-mm.
Okay, maybe that's good. That's probably a good.
Steve.
I remember my first.
Jason. Oh.
And there were definitely ones in between there I don't remember at all.
Well, I remember all of them.
So
no, that's a
it's
lot.
an interesting thing. As you get older, time compresses.
So I remember when I turned 21, I was super excited, right? I was so excited. 21, I could drink in public, I could drink in bars, I don't have to have a fake ID.
DJ said I was at one duty station where I aged 15 years, and I was only there for 4 years. Yeah.
And then Nico said, does Beth remember growing up in that little village in Mexico? It's called Brownsville, bitch. No, yeah, I was only 2. No, I don't remember anything from Brownsville. Nothing. Not a thing. Only thing I remember from preschool years is when I broke my arm, because that's huge, right? Like I remember everything. I remember when I chipped my 2 front teeth going into the 6th grade.
They're still chipped.
No, they're not. They're worn down.
They filed them.
Life has filed them down. And I remember the first time I had sex.
Remember your first beer?
I do remember my first beer. I was at in Austin at so in Austin, I don't know if they still do.
But you were also 21 when you had your first beer.
No, I wasn't. I was 19.
Oh, geez. Oh,
boy. I was at San Antonio Community College, and I met the guy I dated for like a year and a half.
What are your first that you remember?
And in Austin, they used to have, it was called Roundup.
Things?
It was fraternity Roundup, and all the fraternities had huge party because that's how they were trying to get their new recruits. And I literally had like a beer and a half, and I was fucking wasted. Yeah. And I remember going down.
Was it like a can of beer, or was it like a big
keg
jug
of beer?
Okay.
It was a beer keg.
And a keg? You mean like a
plastic cup, red Solo, but it was clear.
That's not a keg.
It's keg beer.
Oh, you had keg beer. You had a cup of keg beer.
Yes. And I was going down the steps. It's my second one, my start of my third one. And I was like, why am I spilling my beer? I was
Were
going
you
down
pretending?
The stairs. No, I was fucking wasted, dude.
Did you didn't eat?
I was 19 and never had alcohol before. And I was
like, it's a beer and a half.
Kid. I was skinny.
That's what I'm saying. Like you didn't eat.
Listen, like, no,
back then you were super thin and all
Are
this
you trying
stuff.
to tell me I'm fat now?
No, but you were
back then?
19. Like I was super skinny too. I was weighing like 150 pounds.
Babe, you'd still be super skinny. You'd look like your brother if you didn't work out. And I do remember, but I didn't have a hangover because I didn't need that much to get drunk. And I remember having a complete blast. So the first time I got drunk, I remember I got my first MIP. First weekend at Texas A&M, busted.
First weekend? God damn, tell me that story. I've never heard that.
You've never heard that
No,
story?
no.
So
that's a fucking hoodlum.
I had a fake ID. At least I was smart enough to give the cop not to give my cop. So we hadn't even opened the beer yet, which was ridiculous. But I guess
I've gotten a couple of them. So.
Jaime, my boyfriend at the time, went into the store and used his brother's ID because they looked exactly alike, and came out and put the beer in the truck. And I guess there was a cop there who knew he was not old enough to buy beer, which you can't.
How can you get a minor possession if it's in the trunk?
We possessed alcohol. It wasn't in the truck. It was in the back seat.
Oh.
Me, him, and my roommate. And
tell your dad about it.
No, eventually I had to.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to tell my parents, and I was just
your
going
first
to
year
go.
of college?
Yeah, it's my first weekend at A&M. I've been there literally like 48 to 72 hours, you know.
Like, we're drinking beer. Let's go.
And so
awesome.
I didn't tell my parents, but then I got in that car accident and broke my wrist. And I couldn't do my community services.
I know. Okay, you told me this years ago.
So
I remember.
I finally had to break down and tell my dad, who called a friend, who called a friend, who called the judge.
You got it
and
dismissed.
extended it. I still had to go do my Humane Society spraying out kennels. So I did have to tell my parents. But honestly, what were they gonna do? I was off at college. They're gonna ground me. My mom tried that once when I was at school.
Yeah.
So
Julia, that's how I feel about being 47 years old. She said, sometimes it feels like I'm a teen mom, but I remember I'm almost 30. I'm 47, right? And I don't feel like I'm 47 at all. It's a big mental fucking thing.
You did on Tuesday and Thursday this week.
Dude, because that's how we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, you were exhausted.
Sometimes, but mentally, I still don't.
I wonder though, how are you supposed to feel though? Like you can't quantify how you're supposed to feel because you haven't done this before, and you can't compare yourself to other people because everybody's different, right? Like I'm gonna be 54 in 30, 45, 40 days.
Well, I know is we drink beer, we have fun, and days. That's kind of the goal with life.
Sometimes I'll be like, why the hell does my oh wait, I'm gonna be 54. That's why that motherfucker hurts.
But then again, like I stay up until 1 o'clock every night.
But I would still do, if I was fit, I would still do a Spartan race today.
Yeah.
I'm just not fit.
We could still do a Spartan race.
Oh, I would die.
It would just take us longer.
It would take us 3 hours.
It's fine. Right? Or maybe we just do a 3K.
Julia said her first beer was when I was 12 with my family. My uncle gave me a hard time and asked if I needed a nipple for my beard because I was nursing it.
Congratulations to your uncle. He deserves.
Reed said, "What a sheltered life Beth lived." Reed, you have to have known my mother.
Go through it real quick.
Mean little motherfucking Mexican. Yeah. She was. The night before my wedding, I had to wake her up when I got home so she could see if I was drunk or not. That woman.
You were 21, 22,
24 when I got married the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And I still had to wake her up the night before I got married to be like, "Hey, Mom, I'm home. I'm not drunk." She tried to ground me, Reed, one weekend when I was in town, and I came home at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and she was like, "You're grounded." And I was like, "I go back to school tomorrow. What are you going to drive me and take my car? How are you going to ground me? You can't." And I was very wise, and I used a great offense to her defense. I said, "You either trust me or you don't, because you can't send me away 3 hours and think you're going to be able to tell me what to do." And she was like, "Just next time call if you're going to be that late." I was like,
her mom was about
5'1",
5 foot, probably. Like my height, basically. And
ooh, she was mean.
She was a fiery little woman. Oh. She would pinch you under the arm,
right where
she got me, and I was like,
"Who the hell do you think you are?"
I was like,
"You didn't say a word." You just looked at her and you were like, "Don't do that to me again." And I was like, "Mom, you can't pinch him. He's not your kid."
Because I was talking to her.
He's not your kid. He's my Gregorio, and I can pinch him if I want to.
I can pinch him.
I can pinch him if I want to.
If I want to.
I was like, "No, Mom, you can't. That's child abuse. He's not your child. You only abuse your children."
She was awesome. Hell yeah. So I did a lot of drinking in my teens, and my husband is 5 years older. So by the time I was 21, I was drinking slowed.
My drinking slowed way down.
So that was
Nope,
me. I
19.
started when I was like 12, uncle.
I started.
No, it was 12.
I got my
'cause
first
brother
fake
died
ID
right then.
when I was 20. And I used
I
it
never
at
had a fake
A&M
ID. I
to
never
get
needed one. I had a
Dana,
military
Leanne, and
ID.
I all had fake IDs, and we would get to go into 21 and older, but college towns have stuff where 19-year-olds can go in because it's a college town, right?
Yeah.
And I do remember it got the night I was turning 21 at midnight. So January 9th, this guy that was kind of courting me took me to this country bar.
Courting you?
Yeah,
Did you just say that?
I did.
You could say dating.
We weren't dating. This is our first date.
Oh, he's just trying to fuck you.
No.
He was trying to fuck you.
He
Yeah,
was. We liked each other, but it was like he came in
You're
town
like,
to
I ain't
visit
putting
me.
out that little fucking doughboy bitch.
And I spent the night at his house because my parents didn't know I
On
was
the
in town,
couch?
and I still didn't. He slept on the couch. I slept in his bed
Oh,
because I'm a good girl.
fuck. You
Um,
didn't even give him a handy?
no, we made out the next morning, but he slept on the couch.
Gross.
Dude,
I'd be like, get the fuck.
That night, no, I was.
I'd be
worth
like,
the-
unless you're
I was-
making
I was
breakfast
worth
and
the
getting in
wait.
headers.
I was worth the wait. You know, I was.
Did you hook up
No,
eventually?
I only went out with him one more time, and I was like, yeah, I don't really like him. He's kind of a nerd.
Dude he still has blue balls to this day.
Well, that's his problem if he couldn't find somebody to take care of him.
Jesus
But
H.
so we go
Christ.
to this country bar. It was called Midnight Rodeo,
Okay.
which was huge. And I flashed my fake ID. And the girl did look a lot like me, and her name was Elizabeth, so it wasn't hard. And I had this shit memorized, you know?
Oh,
But he
like
goes, this isn't you. I go, what do you mean it's not me? It's got my name on it. He's like, it's not you. And I go, all right, it's not me, but I'll be 21 in 2 hours. He's like, all right, come back in 2 hours. He literally made us leave for 2 hours. And then I got to go back, but it
At
was
least
open
he
until
didn't
like,
throw it to a cop.
no, true. He just threw it away.
Yeah.
And I could have probably gone after it, but I was like, I got 2 hours.
So back in New
My
Hampshire.
mom tried that once when I was 20. Mom,
I'm in the fucking Air
I'm in
Force.
the fucking Air Force. We're not doing this anymore. See? It was a pretty funny moment, and she went off on dad for laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
My mom literally looked at me a little dumbfounded, like, holy,
Like, what are you gonna do?
holy fuck, that's great. I can't. What am I
I
going to
moved
ground
to-
you from A&M?
So
Sure,
I just
you
moved
paid for
across
it.
the entire country when I turned 18. I just said, I think it was 19. I was like, fuck you.
Well, because New Hampshire's cold and dark.
Well, no.
and
But I
gray.
was like, yeah, no, everybody, I agree. That's
That's why the hell you
perfect
got out.
reason.
Your
to
mom
move.
didn't care what you did.
No, she absolutely did.
She tried to care. You just ignored
My
her.
mom absolutely cared. It's just like
You
she
just
couldn't.
ignored her.
No, I was more of an adult, I think, oftentimes at 20.
Because she was single.
No, at 20 than I am now. Just now I've got all the money to back me up. I still got to do all the work. I worked multiple jobs and did a bunch of shit, but we partied a lot. I was going to college.
Which
and
I don't know how you had time.
I was very structured back then.
Oh, honey,
Crazy.
you act like you're not structured now.
Like I was way more.
No, you're
on
still
the
fucking
dime.
structured. Like you and I, our lives are so opposite. Like you eat the same damn thing every day for lunch when you're home. You
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
eat it at the same time. The same, I mean, the yogurt flavor may change, but it's an apple and a yogurt, and it's chips and your ranch
Control over your life is
ranch fucking
important.
Doritos, and then you have your dots
Coors
for a
Light.
snack.
Consistency.
Then
I know.
you go to the gym at a certain time, and
Yep.
you come home at a certain time, and we eat dinner. Your life is so structured. Me, I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I'll do it, but I don't know
So,
when.
back in the day,
So you're
living in
not.
New Hampshire when I was like
You've always been like that.
14 or 15. This is a drinking story from like the teens. Julia, you may or may not, like you said,
Didn't being in the Air Force hurt your kid?
you started pretty early. I did
No.
too. So in New Hampshire, it's a very small town. During the winter, it gets quiet, right? It turns from
Oh yeah, there's nobody there. 'Cause you go from
300
like a million
to
people, right?
500,000 people. We've got a beach there, 12 miles of beach, right? And it's fucking insane. But during the winter, it
And
shuts down.
DJ, it's not HIMEY, it's JA.
Jamie. It's
No,
it's
it's not-
fucking
it's-
Jamie.
So
Basically.
Jamie is JAMIE,
It's
and Jaime is
Jaime.
JAIME. Yes.
So Hyman.
Thanks for dating the guys I
Hyman
dated
was
and
her-
married.
Yeah, her ex-boyfriend. But
Not a Jaime.
there was a
That's funny,
grocery
though.
store called Toll Farm Road Market.
That's a really long name.
It's the road right next to where Matt lives. You know that little road that comes
Yeah,
off of?
yeah.
It's right down there. You go around.
It's still there?
It's still there. Go around the corner.
Why haven't you taken me there? That sounds fun.
It's right across the street from the Smutty Nose Brewery. Did you ever go to Smutty Nose? Okay, next time we go up, we'll go there. This coming summer.
Okay.
Go out there. My buddies
Boom
knew a
said he sells
dude.
his mom weed. Holy fuck.
My buddy knew a dude that ran the cash register
Should have
there.
sold my mom weed. She
They're
might have
like,
loosened up.
As long as you show him your military
Yes, I remember you telling me
ID,
that.
he'll sell you a beer. So I'm 15 years old. My buddy TJ, who's one of my best friends, same birthday as me, he's 2 years older than me, throws me in his car and goes, drive down Telephone Road, and here's all the money. Get as much beer as you can. I'm 15. Don't have a
TJ
license.
said that?
Yeah.
And he's older than you.
Yeah. Don't have a license. Well, he was trying to fuck some other girl. Right. So
Weren't you all? But you just made the beer
I already
run?
had a girlfriend.
Oh, that's true.
So I make a beer run
Very
down there.
monogamous.
Go down there, right? I just started loading up the counter. I'm like, I got like $100, maybe $80, something like that. And this is gonna be like 95.
I have to read some of these. It's hilarious.
No.
How old were you?
90.
76, 86,
93.
So you were older than that then.
No,
Because you're
no.
76, 86.
So 90, I was whatever I'd be with
87, 88,
15.
89, 90, 91, 92, 93. You were like
91?
17.
91? No,
yeah.
it was I
Yeah,
was 15.
91.
91.
Yeah.
It's 1991, guys. This is how old this is. Tales from the old Greg.
Tales from the Crypt, apparently.
Fuck. Yes. Right. Go in there, throw all this beer up there, hand him. I don't even have a driver's license. I hand him my military ID because my dad was in the Marine Corps. And it literally says 15 years old. It's not a fake ID.
He just didn't read it. He just looked at the military
My
seal.
real military ID. And you see the camera like up there. I walk out with like cases of beer, start loading them up into TJ's fucking Camaro, right? And I'm driving this Camaro. I swear to God, I was like
Camaro, like I had Camaro?
No, like
an
a
older one?
good one.
Mine was good, bitch.
Nah, like an old school, like a Firebird Camaro.
Like from the 80s.
Yeah.
That's a
Because his
horrible
dad had rebuilt his dad had rebuilt the motor on this bitch. And I'm driving through fucking town.
Oh, you drove the car, not TJ?
I did
thought
everything.
He took you.
I drove it, bought all the beer.
New Hampshire for you.
Drive back.
Breaking laws
And
left
then
and
my
right.
dickhead friend, TJ.
Took all the beer and left?
No,
Oh.
no. He would never. They were having a house party at Christie's house, my girlfriend's house at the time. Not different Christie at the time.
Okay, hold on. Okay, tell your story.
He already had, like, I was doing something wrong. He already had, this is dumb fucking teenager shit. Sink full of ice water. And he brought me in. He's like, hey, come here. And he dunked my head in it. I don't ever do that again. And I was like, what in the actual fuck is going on?
He's only like a year older
He's
than
2
you.
years. But I was like, you dickhead. I was like, I just went and bought everybody beer and you fucked me up like that.
And did he throw all the beer in the ice water? Because that's what I would have
and
done
that's
as a smart
basically what
person.
happened. So,
Okay,
long story
so just
short,
side note, because I got to read
first
some of
beer
these.
run of my entire life was a core memory that I
My
did
first beer run of
at
my
15
entire life
years old
was
with a military ID.
was with Jaime with his fake ID, and I got an MIP. Yours turned out so much better.
Dude.
Here's the funny thing, though. Like, literally, the guy just made us throw it in a dumpster, and Jaime went and dropped us off at home, and he went back in that fucking dumpster and got the 12-pack of beer.
He knew what he was doing. That cop knew what he was doing.
Okay, so first of all, I love this part where Womb says, "I sell my mom weed." There's so many good things
New
here, but
Hampshire
I'm
was
only
wild back
I'm
then.
only paying attention to this conversation. I sell my mom weed, and Nika goes, "Womb, you make your mom pay for weed?" And Womb comes back. He goes, "Nico, not all the time, but I can't afford her habit."
Am I allowed to talk about certain things on this?
Can you? And then he goes, "My sister thinks she has anxiety, but she's stoned at 5 a.m. Nobody has anxiety."
Is
when
there
you-
a statute of limitations?
What story are you telling?
It's another one.
What did you do?
I did a lot of fucked up shit when I was a kid. Like, not fucked
Well,
up. I
just
didn't
don't put
hurt
names,
anybody.
places, and
All right, so I'm not going to name anybody's name. This
or
guy
don't say where you did it at. Like
in New
very
Hampshire.
General.
It was all New Hampshire.
Well, don't
It's at
even
the
say
beach.
that.
It's
Just
at the
say
beach.
the beach.
Right?
The beach on the
And I'm not
East
going to name
Coast.
anybody because it's about myself. But I'm like, do I say these things now that I'm not retired yet?
No.
Okay, fuck it. We're going to do it. Back in the day, weed in New Hampshire was impossible to get
Really?
because it was super expensive, right?
Because it was such a small audience that they're like,
well, no.
or such a captured audience. They're like, you want
Right.
this?
So the thing is,
without
you guys
going to
remember what,
Massachusetts,
do you
gotta pay
remember
me.
what swag weed was?
Never heard of it.
It was this shitty weed, but there was no
Shitty
like,
weed.
You know, like nowadays you have like, there's flower, whatever they call it,
They
like
have
all
a-
the fancy
yes.
shit, like everywhere.
What do you feel like doing when you get
Like
high? Do
in
you
New
want to be
Hampshire,
creative?
it was
A blob?
brickweed. It was like packed super tight.
I'm pretty sure that's all weed back in the day.
Maybe that's what it was. I don't remember.
They used to do bricks of it.
Yeah. And because it's got to go from either Canada down or Mexico up. And my buddy, who I named
Mexico's not even close.
Mexico up,
From what? Like from Florida? Like
it would go all the way from Mexico up, literally drug trade.
where would it go through? Like from Texas to New Hampshire?
Or
What
through
Mexico are you talking about?
the country of Mexico.
Where, bitch? Like where was that Mexico country next to the state?
I don't know.
Exactly,
No,
so-
what are you talking about?
Okay, so here's the Gulf of Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other Mexico?
Are you confused? No, it had to come into the country
know.
and then be
That's
transported
the
all the
reason
way
why it
through.
was shit because it went all the way
That's
through.
what I'm saying.
Like they had to dehydrate that shit so it wouldn't go bad by the time it got to
it
New
doesn't
Hampshire.
go bad. It's
Oh,
all
it can
freeze
if it
packed and
moisturizes
wrapped.
it. If it gets too much moisture, it gets moldy
Come
and it
on,
goes
slow
bad.
down.
That probably would make the high better, but
No,
Yeah.
stop it. Beth just got confused.
I didn't get confused.
She's like, "Where's Mexico connected to fucking New
no,
Hampshire?"
I wanted to know where you got weed from Mexico in New Hampshire.
No, that's what I'm saying. We never know where it came from. It just
Okay.
came through because it's going through like a billion hands, right?
Probably came from the boroughs of New York, for all you know.
But that came from Mexico
From
or
Canada.
or Canada.
Canada.
And Canada was
Canada.
but Canada was still from Mexico. Like they just ship it in huge.
They just went around the whole
Yeah,
state to go
right.
to Canada,
You know, it's
and
one
then
or the
they
other.
went from
But
Canada.
we get it, and it would be the
Seems
worst
like a lot of work.
weed on the planet.
Seems like a
But we
lot of
didn't
work
know.
for bad weed, too.
So we didn't know. So have you ever broken apart like say a quarter pound?
No, I've never been around that much weed before.
Well, it's kind of fun, right? So you're like, oh, it's this big thing, right? And you start
Just for the audience, this is make believe. Greg didn't really do this. 'cause
allegedly,
he got,
allegedly,
Thank you. Yeah.
allegedly. This was me and my
New Hampshire is a wild place.
Let's call it Play-Doh.
You know why it's wild? Because there's nothing fucking to do, Womb.
It was Play-Doh time, right? So we were going through, we were breaking apart the Play-Doh.
Did it stink? Because weed stinks.
Play-Doh smells. Yeah, absolutely. No, it doesn't smell like Play-Doh, but yeah, no, it doesn't. It was completely different back then. It literally, I'm talking the
Wasn't fresh.
early 90s.
Probably like the weed I found in my kitchen in the
Dry
first
as
house I
shit.
owned.
I mean, if you got like a good
Bud.
set, yeah, good bud once in a while, it was like a little sticky, but no, not like today. No.
Well, we don't.
Like literally, you sell a nickel, allegedly.
You would sell it?
No, like my buddy.
Oh, I was
Whenever
like,
you sell a
fucking
nickel,
breaking the
for,
law,
it was literally
criminal.
$5. A nickel, $5.
What do you think that goes for today?
Dime, $10, quarter,
No, today.
and these are by ounces, right?
That's not the price today.
Today, no, it's completely different prices. The weed's way better nowadays, right?
Oh,
But you go
sometimes.
to a head shop
Sometimes it's
or you
way
go to a
worse.
pot shop. No, well, it's stronger. But
Well,
you know what?
sometimes if you don't know, they lace it too.
Have you
so
guys
have to
ever
be
had to
careful.
go through weed and like pull
No.
out every stem and seed
That sounds
and
horrible.
everything? We did it allegedly on everything. This is well before I was 18, so
That sounds horrible. Because you know what I liked? Allegedly, I liked it when people had the roll, the roll,
they already
the
did.
joint ready to go,
You're
and we
older
just
than
went in
me,
the bathroom
so you're older than
allegedly.
me, so they
and-
already did all the work.
no,
ahead
they
of time.
bought it from people who did the work.
No
These are college kids. I had a friend whose parents were loaded.
dispensaries yet.
His parents were loaded, and he was allegedly our source. And we would go up
Allegedly,
into the master bathroom. There'd be like 10 people crammed in there.
there's probably a lot of cocaine there. Allegedly,
I've never done cocaine, so
no, I
don't
didn't
know.
say you did. I bet you there was just like.
It
piles
was
of it.
it was the 90s. It was late 90s. It wasn't as popular.
What are you talking about? That was when it was popular.
No,
the
acid
80s
was
and the 90s.
popular.
Oh, acid was popular
Yeah.
back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Molly and
I
shit
never
like that.
did.
I never did any of that
acid
shit.
either. It scared me. I see people and I'm like, I don't know why that's
Allegedly.
acid, E, and Molly's. I don't know why
Acid
people
was
did
one
that.
thing, but E,
I don't know why
Molly, and all
people
those
did
things,
that
I never
because it
did any of that.
never
No,
looked
no.
fun. People always look like they were about to go out of their
You had to
fucking
go
mind.
to a rave. Yeah,
Yes.
and I've never
But
been to a rave.
I
my
did want
entire
to say, so allegedly one time,
seaweed's the worst, and Reed tried to eat that.
well,
on a
allegedly
regular
one
basis.
time I took a really big hit of medical marijuana
Mhm.
and did have an anxiety attack. So boom, maybe your sister's weed is bad.
We'll tell that story.
I think we've told that story.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so smoke a lot of weed and maybe time slows down.
So maybe we could do that.
No, I'm going to go for meditation until I'm retired.
We should probably move back to Colorado.
No, it's cold.
Well, no. What I'm trying to... If Texas passes weed,
it will eventually.
Are we allowed to smoke weed?
I don't think so.
I think we are.
Well, I think you... So here's what they said in Phoenix when they passed it.
We don't smoke weed at all.
I don't. Because I have not taken a puff of weed
Puff, give.
since that anxiety attack forever ago.
It was so much fun to watch. I took care of you.
It was fun to watch me freak.
I watched you. You freaked out for like 4 minutes.
Because then I got in the shower and you're like, you're in the shower. It's like,
it was 8 o'clock at night.
And then I walked to the bedroom naked and you're like, babe, we have company. I was like, those bitches can't see me. And I was in bed out asleep by 9 p.m. I have not taken a drag of weed since then.
So there's other things. Thank you for letting us go on that long diatribe.
Of course, every Friday lately, we're just like left field.
We're trying to tell you our life stories.
No, it's boring.
But there's one thing that you guys...
depends on if you murder. I got to read this. It depends on if you murder someone is the sentence I just read. So hold on. Whoa. Okay, go. Oh, Reed hasn't had a beer yet? I'm sorry, Reed.
Reed, get on it, brother. We're going to find this story real quick. Hang on a second. It's going to take me a second.
So Julia, you didn't remember when the drinking age in the 80s 18? it was 18. Yeah. I think it changed in the 90s.
No.
No, early 80s because I remember my boyfriend
early.
He graduated in 87 and he couldn't have it.
Yeah, it was early.
So you used to be able to, Julia, and I think that's what they used as the thought process, but then people would be stupid and ruined it for all of us.
Trying to find the story real quick. Keep talking amongst yourself.
DJ said you can have a beer. It just isn't legal.
You want to go over the Farmer's Almanac updates?
Sure.
If you don't mind.
So you guys, I do this at least once or twice a year because the Farmer's Almanac, it really fascinates me because how the fuck do these people get it right and weathermen can't? Period.
Do they really though? But interesting story. I brought girl I work with up in Iowa.
Yes.
They watch they read the Farmer's Almanac, and she lives on a farm, and they have an active farm. Like that's half of their income.
I have a friend that has a cattle ranch.
Well, they're just a farming company. Like they do corn.
Okay, so they crops. Well, my friend does livestock. Okay.
Yeah. Drinking. Reed said drinking age went up in 85, so he was able to keep drinking. It's good. I mean, hey, I would have. Right? Could you imagine being like 19 in 85?
So pissed off.
Just pissed. Yes. Right? Kind of one of those fucking things you're like, God damn it. Get your story?
I do. I lost half of it, but
just read the highlights.
So Farmer's Almanac. Well, so what I thought was fascinating is when I read this article, it led me to another article. And did you know there's actually 2 different Farmer's Almanac?
No. There's a winter and a summer. I know that.
No. There's 2 different groups that put out. Like one of them is from like the 1800s and one of them is a little bit more original.
Like the Mennonites or something?
No, I don't. Oh. I don't. They just called it. But I'll find it and tell you.
Like Jehovah's Witness.
No,
style.
It's just another group of farmers. I don't know who really the Farmer Almanac. Who does the Farmer's Almanac? That's why I wanted that one particular article because I wanted to read who it was. You only said that because I used that story earlier.
Probably though, right? It makes sense. Like,
so they
the Earth is warming.
A winter. So they are predicting cold weather again in 2024.
I don't believe them.
But it's going to happen early this year. So it's been happening for the most of the country in February, March. Well, now it's going to be beginning of January through February. That's going to be really cold. And like to the point where they're even saying like Texas will freeze and snow again. Now we have a pool. So. Now we have a pool. So we have to.
Beth instantly goes, we have to winterize our pool.
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to read the
We got to winterize our pool.
We're going to read the instructions together, and then I'm going to shoot you the middle finger and be like, suck a dick.
I already know how to do it all. I am allegedly the
because
master.
El Nino is still playing a role in it. So we all know that El Nino is higher water temperatures off the Pacific coast of South America. You okay? You gonna
Yeah,
make
I
it? So,
swallowed.
anyways, so
Ben
for you
Franklin.
guys that live on the East Coast, apparently it's going to be very cold. So, for those of you living along I-94 corridor from Washington to Boston,
Washington, D.C.
who saw a lack of winter precipitation last winter, you should experience quite the opposite with lots of rain, sleet, and snowstorms.
Good for them.
So they're screwed.
You know what's interesting? I'm gonna correlate
Hold
two
on.
things.
So, so they said the second week of January will be stormy, snowy, and wet for both the Pacific and the East Coast states. Lots of cold temperatures and some storms will keep folks in the South Central states busy during the middle of January.
Okay.
Heavy mountain snows will cover the West U.S. So, what is that, like Washington?
Yeah.
Northern California. Who else is on
Western
there?
United States, Oregon,
I was gonna say, who else?
Washington,
Yeah.
California, Idaho.
East Coast storms affecting the Northeast and New England states will bring snowfall, cold rain, and frigid temperatures during the second week of February. And unseasonably cold temperatures will blow into the Southeast states mid-February.
And there's your annual
Potential blizzards for the
Jesus
first
Christ,
week
this
of
keeps
March.
going.
Will remind the folks of the North Central states that winter isn't over, and East Coast storms will bring a wintry mess to the area during the first week of March. So literally from second week in January through the second week of March, we're all going to die.
I'm okay with that.
Better get some firewood, bitch.
Okay, so did you guys welcome? You're welcome for the bar is open.
Listen.
Annual Farmers Almanac. No, not
We're
semi-annual
going to
Farmers
snapshot
Almanac.
this part, and then in March, I'm be like, I told you, bitches. Listen, this is what I told you, and this is what happened. I'm
Beth's
fucking brilliant.
semi-annual bar is open. Farmers Almanac
forecast.
But
It was though. What I
was
really
thinking
did
this.
find
I was like,
interesting was the
Washington to
original-
Boston, real quick. Washington to Boston's gonna freeze.
This to here?
It's
No.
Washington D.C. to
Yeah,
Boston.
okay, DC, yes.
They're gonna freeze. Where are all those illegal migrants?
They're gonna.
Washington to Boston. They're fucked. They're making cold weather camps up there already.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's already cold up there, isn't it?
They're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on it.
Okay, so I have to. I'm drinking a
Sorry, guys.
Tempranillo,
Well, there you go.
a Ganache, and a
What is the
Mataro.
PNW in for? What's that? Pacific Northwest.
Yeah,
Oh, you
that
heard
was.
it. Okay, I decided.
That's what I was talking about.
Yep,
Was
yep,
the
Yep.
cold, bitch, cold. Who said that?
Julia.
Oh yeah. So that was the mountain snows will cover the western U.S., including the mountains on the Pacific coast during the first
Yeah.
week of February. So it's gonna.
You guys are prepared. Are you kidding me?
So here's
Come
what we
on.
all
If
have to
anybody's
do.
prepared, Julia and her family
We have to move
are
to
prepared.
Phoenix or Florida.
I
for-
told you.
for-
I already
for
told you.
winter home.
Reed, sorry, I forgot to text you.
Oh yeah, you're living in his garage.
I said I'm gonna.
He texted me that this week.
because it was fucking raining here, and I was like, I can't handle this shit. But it was raining in like what 47,
cold.
and I was like, fuck you. I was like, I'm buying plane tickets to Reed's garage.
They do say that the Farmer's Almanac is 80 to 85% accuracy, which is pretty dang good. That's better than the
fucking
Weatherman.
weather guys. You ready for this?
Yes.
This is an important one. So this is a lesson learned. So I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'm going to tell you how to fix
Uh-oh.
or not do this. You ready?
Let's say
The hangover from hell that lasted an entire month. You
that
ready?
would be so bad.
It turns out that there's a fate worse than death. A man suffered from a world's longest known hangover. Fortunately, we've all been there, but not quite to this extent. The headaches, the nausea, and the feeling of death looming over you. Of course, that happens to me at like what, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5
Yes.
o'clock in the morning.
When
Usually.
you have your hangovers, yes.
The feeling or the horrible side effects of the hangover. I can barely handle it for so much as a day. Now, this 37-year-old man didn't have 28 days of hangover hell from just a few shots and a couple of beers.
No.
He consumed, you ready for this shit? 60 pints or 34 liters of beer. That's 120 cups of beer. He drank enough for the whole month and faced the consequences of it as well. The man claims that he had
Oh,
no
fuck, that's
history
good.
of health problems,
Wow.
no head injuries, and didn't take regular medication. So what happened? Well, besides the 120 beers, doctors found that he was fully alert and nothing abnormal showed
Is he super dehydrated?
showed up on a CT scan or blood pressure or body temperature checks. However, a spinal tap revealed that he had significant amount of pressure built up around his brain. Blood tests also revealed that the man that he may have been suffering from lupus. On top of this, and an eye specialist checked his eyesight and identified bleeding nerve fibers and swollen optics.
Well, he fucked himself
This
up.
is all from drinking 60 beers.
So he got lupus from drinking 60 beers?
He already
or
had symptoms of lupus.
Okay.
But the drinking blew this shit up.
Well, because it dehydrates you.
You'll never believe this, but the eye specialist determined that he had simply drank too much.
Yes.
Wow, I know. According to the man, he had been...
Which is amazing that his blood pressure wasn't high, because alcohol raises your blood pressure.
Right. He had been drinking beer solidly for several days before experiencing a 4-week-long headache and blurred vision brought on by what he calls domestic crisis.
Did he
had a
stop
bad time.
drinking?
Yeah, he had to
But
stop.
he didn't drink water, apparently?
It says it took him a whole 6 months for him to finally be rid of the lingering headache after a long-term anticoagulation treatment. This teaches a valuable lesson, folks. If you're going to drink, maybe stop at 100 cups of beer or else. So literally just drink some fucking water in there, man. Throw a cup of water.
What's funny is
it's
because
the holidays. We all hate everyone.
When we do like a day drinking thing, when we're on a trip and we go
We're
drinking.
we're on a cruise.
When we do that, I always tell you, babe, glass of water every 4th beer, a full glass of water.
Just at least get a little something.
No, I
something.
make you drink the whole 8 ounces of water. I know, and I'm like, drink it anyways, because one of us has to save
taking
you.
room for beer. And all it does is and nonetheless, it's a great story.
I gotta pee so badly.
That's good for you. What, huh?
You should I go pee? Or are we gonna wrap it up?
We're gonna wrap it up in a minute.
Okay.
You got another 4 or 5 minutes.
Remember when you came home from the grocery store?
What's your feel good for tonight?
I hung out with Celine and Travis for the first time in 2 weeks
Oh, yeah?
tonight. Yeah, I hadn't seen either of them in 2 weeks, so that was fun.
Nice.
That's the only feel good I had because I didn't find one. But that was pretty fucking.
I have one. I just forgot to put the picture in here.
But yeah, we got to. That's why we were running a little late because we
were
had
just hanging out in the garage.
seen
It's good to
Celine and
hang out.
Travis in a few weeks.
Our
That
neighbor.
was fun.
Yeah. So my feel good is we're gonna get started getting in the Christmas spirit tomorrow.
We are.
And I was joking, and this is kind of a fun thing that today
I
we
thought you
have
were
a
pointing at something.
Slack channel. It's basically like a group chat for our work.
Right.
If you're not familiar with Slack. And I jokingly quipped that I've been trying for 15 years to get Beth to get rid of shit. And that started, and I didn't even have to say anything more than that. I was like, maybe this year will be a success. And I just kind of like went hands off.
Yeah.
And all of it's a big group. All of the ladies on the team were like, my wife's been trying to do that. My wife's been trying to do
my
that.
husband's been
or
trying to do
I'm sorry, my husband's trying to do that. My husband's trying to do that. And then one of them was like, yeah, I finally got rid of a bunch of stuff. And then I went over to Big Lots and bought a whole bunch
That's
more
what I was going to
shit.
say. Because what did I tell you? I said, I'll get rid of some shit, but we're
Yeah.
replacing it immediately.
So it was kind of a feel good. It's a fun thing.
It's fun.
It was a joke.
And you know what? That is when I told him I would get rid of stuff that was broke and old and needs to get tossed. I said, but we're immediately going to Hobby Lobby and replacing it, or Kirkland's.
We went there last year. We're good.
We're going again.
So that's mine. Couple of quick things on entertainment. Beetlejuice 2 is coming out.
I've never even seen Beetlejuice 1.
Jesus Christ.
I've seen bits
What
and
is
pieces
wrong-
of it here and there.
How have you only seen bits and pieces?
Well, because every time I find it, it's already like halfway
so
through,
it's
and I don't
coming
start
out
a movie
like
like
they
that.
just wrapped. I thought
So it's
you'd
not
be
going to
way
go
more-
for another year then. So it'll come out
well,
next
no, it'll
year.
be like another 6 months or something like that.
Negative.
So it's going to be great. And then the other one that I just saw today, it's Netflix's highest cost movie ever, $166 million, called The Rebel Moon. And it's part one. Part one's called The Child of Fire. So this is a book. We looked it up.
Well,
and
we
watched
think it's a book. I'm sure it's.
I think, right?
Well,
The fucking go out and check it out. It's Rebel
good.
Moon. It
it almost reminds me a little bit of Blade Runner, where there's like high technology in some parts and very
it looked
rudimentary
pretty
technology
rad.
in other
So go
parts.
check
So, yeah.
that out. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but it looked cool. Like at least the
It does look good.
graphics looked awesome.
Looks good.
Granted, I was looking at it on my phone, right? So
looks good.
go check that out.
For 166 million, it better
It's gonna
have
be, but it's
fucking
gonna be a
phenomenal,
two-part movie. So
phenomenal graphics.
Yeah.
It should.
fucking better.
All right.
You got to go pee.
I've got to pee so badly.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys
This
have
was
a
fun, guys.
wonderful weekend.
Yes.
I know we go all over the place on
I
Friday
hope
nights.
you get to decorate for Christmas if you haven't. If that is your thing, I hope you do.
If you need anything, reach out.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you need to chat, you need to talk,
It's
anything
the
like
time
that,
of year that if you feel sad, reach out to somebody.
reach out to us. Reach out to me. Reach out to Beth. Whatever. We're here. We just hang out, do our stuff. So,
My nose is stuffy.
all right. Cheers. We'll catch you guys.
Bye, guys.
next
Love you. Have a
time.
great weekend.
Out
We'll
a
see you
minute.
after my colonoscopy.
Oh, fuck. Friday. Wednesday, we will give you the post colonoscopy update. Assuming she's alive.
Assuming.
If she's not
If
alive.
the chair is empty,
all right.
you guys
Real
know.
quick. If she's not alive, do I still come on?
Yes. No. Yes. I'll let you make that decision.
All right. Let's flip a coin. Heads. Yes.
Okay, I gotta
Tails.
pee.
No.
I don't. That's how much I don't care right now. I have to
All
pee
right.
worse.
We love you guys. Catch you later. Cheers. Have a
Bye,
great
guys.
Have a
See you
great
later.
weekend.
Have a good weekend.